It's happening now. It's
Yeah.
happening now, Will,
Mm.
and it's happening in profound ways. And it's really exciting to see because now we're having clients come to us and say, "Hey, John, um, we would like to begin using our AI tool in this state."
Mhm. Mhm.
And we go through our litany of compliance audit tools to make sure, first and foremost, that it is complying with all of the law that it needs to comply with. But secondarily, is sensitive to consumer preference, is sensitive to consumer circumstance, and is sensitive to the consumer's financial stress. Uh, and when you put all of those things together in a machine that has, I mean, quite literally the potential for unlimited knowledge, it really is a recipe for consumer help, for consumer assistance to get them through this financial struggle that they may be having. And so the focus has very much shifted in the collection industry to a consumer focused customer service approach to consumer stress versus the dialing for dollars of yesteryear that we're all sort of envisioning and have preconceived notions about. I really wish the marketplace and particularly consumers at large knew how sophisticated, how compassionate, and how expert and professional the collection agency really has become, the collection industry.
Yeah, well, it sounds like those jobs may be at risk, right? Especially, as AI becomes more, becomes better at all the things that you just mentioned. This is part of the dialogue too, right? I mean, this is part of the risk. You're talking about, switching out technology for human beings altogether. And it's not obvious to me that there's a replacement, or where that skilled labor goes, if they are in fact replaced by technology.
Yeah. And there is going to be probably some substitution there, but the net effect is going to have a benefit not only for the collection industry but also for consumers. Because remember, we began this discussion with cost, right? And who's paying the cost of all of this? Ultimately, it's consumers that pay the cost of all this in the form of higher prices and in the form of access or the absence thereof of the kind of credit that they desire. And so, um, in the end, this kind of innovation, this kind of technology actually benefits the entire marketplace, especially consumers. And so, is it going to displace some professional collectors? It might. I don't know how much it is. We're always going to need. There's always, I think, going to be that human in the middle. We need to have the humans making sure that the machinery is working properly and the machinery is programmed properly.
Hmm.
And so there's always going to be a need for that. And some of the folks that are displaced are going to find they're going to find their way in other places.
Yeah,
There are jobs that are going to exist 5 years from now that we can't even imagine because of this technology. And so I think on balance, we're going to be just fine.